Hello and welcome to episode 7 of Very Mediocre Terraria. Last time we actually messed up our last time on Terraria. We also did a lot of exploring underneath the base. We mapped out that entire area, finishing everything. We also found a ton of heart crystals and rapidly expanded our HP pool. We found a chain knife, good stabby stabby, and we've also got enough stuff to make our actual set of armor. Lead armor. So this time we're going to be doing just that and actually making the lead armor. We're also probably going to be doing some more venturing and dying because that is just the way that the series has been going. And if we get around to it, we might die some more. I don't know where I was going with that because I didn't have anything in mind. I was just talking out my ass. I was just talking without a real clear sense of what to say next. Which I think is a pretty good life motto. I don't think anyone would agree with me though. Also, you can see we never have money because we always die and lose it all. And now I'm looking for where the lead bar is because I need to make lead stuff and I just cannot find it. Now we look ridiculous. That helps a lot, but we still need to get rid of our lead grease. Actually, they're grease. No, the cactus leaves. I was very confused as to why we still, why our body was still green there. Oh yeah, we have green. Half of our equipment. I just smacked my microphone. Half of our equipment is still green, so obviously that was gonna be the case. I don't really think we need to make anything else with lead for now, just because we do have good arrows, so it might be worthwhile to make a bow. But I think we're gonna make out of something stronger. Like I think we can make a golden bow eventually. We also have a musket, and I know that is very helpful. So did not mean to stab this squirrel. I was just thinking, and then my brain, of course, when thinking means goes to click, and clicky equals mass death of anything nearby now. I think we can actually probably make it through the corruption. I mean, we have significantly better armor, and set bonus is 3 defense. So I mean, plus with a better weapon as well, enemies. I mean, they don't not stand a chance. We still don't have a good way of dealing with groups of enemies, but we do have better options now to deal with enemies. As the chain knife is definitely a better option than the spear, in my very humble opinion. I mean, then again, you just kind of get into this situation and kind of go, well, what the hell am I supposed to do here? I mean, that works. There's nothing. Again, kind of like as I said, we still don't have a way of dealing with groups of enemies. I mean, that probably will be a theme for a while. I mean, there aren't really many early game ways to deal with a lot of enemies other than just explosives, and whilst explosives are technically something we have access to, I feel that they might not be the greatest option just because of the economics of using them. Of course, I could be wrong, and maybe explosives are our best option, in which case, I'm sorry. But yeah, I mean, this is a nice eruption island here. Very fun to explore. And I guess to give viewer participation, what class or sort of archetype do you think we should go for? Obviously, Terraria is known for its classes effectively being, melee wizard, ranger, and the last one summoner. But and there's thrower, but thrower isn't really a class. They don't give it any love. technically it exists, but only because there are a handful of thrown weapons. They aren't a real class yet. I mean, obviously this mod is rare, but like, you know, thrower doesn't get anything. Thrower doesn't give me love, so we're not gonna consider playing it. I'm not even in the corruption anymore. The corruption is still hunting me down. Also, I knew that the destroyer was there, and yet it's still somehow. I jumped into that. Let's heal. I guess let's not stand still. That would probably be a very smart thing to do. If I had to guess, that's a devourer, not a destroyer. The decimator of my both. The decimator of my HP pool, really. We're much faster now. I think we just outrun it. We did just outrun it. So I guess. Oh, there was nothing. I was kind of hoping for a thing. A temple. Is there a pyramid? But alas, there wasn't one. Which I mean is fair. Fine and all. Oh, an even better one, sparking. I mean, I'm not gonna really use chests. I need to remember to grab those. Mostly just because I don't want to really make my own. Not really out of any sort of love for them. I mean, obviously I do have love for chests in games because they drastically help with the whole management of your inventory systems. I'm actually. Oh, thank you, game, for another one sparkling. You really truly knew I wanted this whole time, didn't you? It was just all I've ever wanted was wands of sparkling. We do actually have glow sticks. So I did fall through the platform, so let's go up and let's get some breathe going. Came all the way down here for umbrella and for a lack of breathable stuff, otherwise known as air. We did find some though, but that's not really what I wanted. I don't know what I wanted, but like, you know, umbrella, a little disappointing game. Is that a water chest? No, it's not a water chest in there. Okay. I was kind of hoping that there was, because, you know, that would have been a little exciting, but alas, woe is me. Should I get this chest? I think I did. It was just another one sparking. Why are there so many? Like, usually, like, whenever, like, I go into a game, like, I'm gonna play as a mage, it's like, actually, the wand of sparking is an extinct species. They stopped making those. That's never been a rare item, and now, obviously, that I don't know what I'm going to be playing. They'll just 2 down there. We already found 1 as well, so we don't have it anymore because we found better range options. Maybe a range would be fun. I mean, I don't really know what I'm going to be, like what general architect I'm going for. Just beyond the whole stabby thing. It's not stabby so much as just whatever it is. Just so much as to kill the enemies. It doesn't necessarily have to be stabby. Because shooty is not stabby, but shooty is just as effective and even arguably more effective than stabby. I think at one point I mentioned, oh yeah, we're gonna kind of be doing like, you know, each episode will be an in-game game Terraria. I think the episode that I said that in as well was like the episode that I really got out of the sink, because that episode ended up being a decent amount longer than all my previous episodes, just because I was kind of doing stuff, and like it wasn't a great place to end it for a pretty long time, and so it just sort of just kept not ending, despite me being like, yeah, it'll end. I cannot sound the enemy, I cannot find the enemy. I need Torchy, I found the enemy. You can see that was a prime example of mechanicking. I remember, I don't know if this is actually true, but I know for a while I used to like fully heartedly believe like tungsten and silver were much more common in ice biomes. And I think part of that was just because like that was like the only place we really found it, which I guess would be evidence of it, but like it could also just be entirely coincidental that like our only source of it were the ice caverns, because to be fair, that was like where one of our major mines in that world were. And I was saying like ours, because like you don't know who I'm talking about, but it was a multiplayer world. It was also like when I first started getting into Terraria, which was probably about a decade. It wasn't a decade ago, it was probably like 2016, 2015, 2016, maybe 2014. I don't really know like the exact date, but I know it was definitely why. It wasn't like when it first came out, it was like a few years after it, because a bunch of the cool people. But I don't know, I keep getting fairies and like I just am never good at telling where they're playing. I don't know really like what the strategy is supposed to be, because I know that they're supposed to point at you. Everybody stands still. Oh, it's under what? Oh, the heart crystal. Thank you, fairy. You have definitely been helpful. It's totally not a waste of time. That totally wasn't a waste. I mean, I think I made this. I don't know, not made this clear, but I didn't. That's not what I mentioned, but let's get back to base, because I don't trust myself out here. Well. My strategy for a Blood Moon is usually just this. Just, I don't know why, like, that legitimately scared me. And this is, I think, is a pretty solid Blood Moon strategy. But yeah, if you've never experienced the Blood Moon area, this is basically just all it is. I'm not saying this is just all it is. I mean, this is effectively just a Blood Moon area, so I'm doing some in-house developments. Firstly being buying a piggy bank from Ralph, because that'll actually, because usually once I buy a piggy bank, that usually means that I'm a lot better with I usually get a lot better with money afterwards, so yeah. So yeah, definitely say that was a solid investment. I guess also more expensive. Chess system, well, we're just gonna get like ravaged outside, but there's not really anything I can do about that. I'm not in a position, as much as I was saying about how much stronger I've gotten in like the last few episodes, I'm not strong enough to really have an effective way of dealing with the Blood Moon beyond the whole dying to it repeatedly. Which, I mean, it's an effective strategy. It's not one that is guaranteed to bring peace and prosperity. And actually, I guess you could even argue with the latest updated Terraria is probably, like, it's definitely been nerfed because of the whole graveyard mechanic. Which I still like. I still like the graveyard mechanic. I'm not, like, upset that it's... Lost my train. I'm not upset that the graveyard mechanic is a thing in the game. I definitely agree with it. That, or at the very least, think that it adds stuff to the game. Like, but like, sometimes like you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be doing stuff tonight, and then like the game's like, no, you aren't. You're gonna stay put. You're gonna deal with the Blood Moon. Then you just end up in this situation for all night. I guess kind of, just sort of. I mean, to be fair, Blood Moon is a great time to actually go through and, like, again, organize your chests and sort of actually be proper about things. At least I think so. So we're gonna put this in the value chest just because that definitely has a lot of value, and as I probably said a few times at this point, the main reason I'm not consuming it is because once you hit 200 health, in expert mode, I'm assuming the same thing in master mode. Actually, I think I know there's a thing in master mode too, but yeah, once you hit that health threshold, it ends up just becoming a sort of manhunt by Cthulhu. Like, he will show up and he will murder you. And we are not really in a position to fight Cthulhu, I don't think. Not with me not knowing what to expect as well. So I think it just makes more sense to wait him out and just sort of wait for Cthulhu to murder me. Or wait for me to be ready for Cthulhu to murder me rather than this situation where I know Cthulhu will kill me. I think everyone here knows I will probably die to Cthulhu. So there's not really a great option. So his name is Chest Equipment. Save, and then we're gonna go to the weapons chest and we're just gonna take out like the actual equipment stuff. And also this, because this is not weapon. And I guess it kind of is depending on how you look at it. And then let's actually go into the equipment chest and let's put this there. And these aren't really weapons, but there's not really much to put it. And I guess what would we need a living chest for? I guess we just make like a building blocks 2 chest. And in case you're wondering, the reason I did block drops is because in a blood moon, enemies can actually break down your doors. So yeah, it just makes more sense to do this. And actually, I guess sort of be safe. I mean, it's very much a coward's way of being safe. And I'm sure that having a little gap there is gonna annoy people, but like, I can't think of anything to go there, and I want the building blocks 2 chest to be the building block chest. I think that makes a lot more sense than any other way I can do it. So yeah, very, very sorry about that, but there's not really much I can do. I'm sorry. The game has mandated this. I guess we'll make this room like my bedroom. Thinking about this house was not ever going to be fun to build. It's not even. It's not really like a way to make like this even, because like it does go up there. There are steps in the frames. So we're gonna kind of have to think of a good sort of way to either use that space for something. We'll have to think of a lot of things to do as well, just because, I would rush out there and fight the enemies as well, but I'm afraid that they'll get in and murder the NPCs as well, which is not something I want. I would like to avoid killing as many NPCs as possible. You can tell blood moon comes out when the sky turns red. There's something about it that causes the monsters to be swarm. Thank you. Yeah, Leo gun parts honestly. As silver bullets only silver knight. Are silver bullets silver knight only silver knight too? Because I actually don't. I don't. If you want to. The NPCs in this game they're very fun. Oh, I actually don't know if I've ever noticed that the background actually just became blood moon as well. Definitely a lot of exploring still left to do, especially in like the jungle, like this underground section of the jungle. And I think this cave is pretty well explored for the most part. It's unfortunate we can find a mushroom chest though, but I don't really see anything else that can be there. It's a torch, right? And there's not really anything else that can be there. and I don't want to go back. I mean, I don't know what I'm saying. I don't want to go all the way back. That's literally their house. I died there 22 minutes. That must have been a previous episode, right? Obviously, then there's like this pathway that we can explore. So like, we did make it all the way to the bottom effectively. Unless I want to go through the water, which you never know. Sometimes going for swimming, going for swimming. My inability to speak English sometimes is something else. By something else, I mean it's very disappointing. I feel a lot of people are disappointed, and I wouldn't blame them. I'd be disappointed in me too. Oh look, it's no longer a blood moon, which means the enemies are now going to spawn the outside of our house. And I can break the chains of production. By that I mean break the only things that kept me safe during that entire night. I think that's very much a coward's way of doing the blood moon, but like, it's a way of doing the blood moon, so I wouldn't say it's the worst way to do it. I mean, you could have just left the enemies in, which would probably make for a better episode than sitting in a cave. Speaking of episode, I think with the rising of the sun, that's a fantastic place to end it. So thank you so much for watching this probably pretty boring episode where we just hid in the house. We got some pretty important work done though. I think at least some decent work done. And anyways, I will catch you next time for more Mediocre Terraria. Goodbye.